Earl Thomas of the Seattle Seahawks did this. After, one second, he fractured his leg.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Horrible. The Tyler Eifert injury was worse because that's literally what I did to my ankle. And I feel horrible for Tyler Eifert. I feel horrible for Earl Thomas. Yet after he broke his leg, being carted off in the air cast, this is what happened directed at the Seattle Seahawks sideline.
Team with all of the great names before, and then he has a Michael. Team with all of the great names before, and then he has a Michael. Team with all of the great names before, and then he has a.
So, in case you missed it, and I'm sure you didn't.
He's got these neon green gloves on. Something kind of sprung up.
All right. No, that's actually his pinky. He's just got a really wide pinky. What I love about this, we're gonna get into the issue.
Okay, let's keep it real. No, go ahead.
Real quick. Le'Veon Bell put this out, and I love this, because Le'Veon's like, bring it on, bring it on. Oh crap, it actually got cut off. He was basically like, it's okay, I'll be the bad guy for all of us. And the reason being is because he's holding out for more money. This is why NFL players hold out for more money and why you can't fault them. Is because someone like Earl Thomas, who was instrumental in the Legion of Boom and the rise of the Seattle Seahawks defense and leading them, along with many others like Bobby Wagner, Bruce Irvin, Richard Sherman, KJ Wright, Cam Chancellor, many, many others, and Michael Bennett, helped them collectively, but Earl Thomas was there making humongous plays in both of those Super Bowl runs. This is why they hold out for more money and why you can't fault them for doing so. It's because of injuries like this, a guy like Earl Thomas who held out, demanded more money than, was it $6, $7, $8 million, which we all know that he is certainly demanding of, just injured himself. He's in, guess what? A contract year. That is why all of this happens and why all of these players need to also find a way to get guaranteed contracts. Never gonna happen because the owners will die on that hill before they ever allow any players to have guaranteed contracts, but this is what they're fighting for.
Because then they know the backing again. They know the backing of the fan base, enough of them at least, will allow them to get away with this without having any kind of repercussions. So they can say, oh yeah, sure, you know how much they've already, I saw this because I perused a couple of the responses.
I perused.
And a pretty significant number were saying, you know how much you already got paid? Yeah, of course. These are Seahawks fans, some of them.
Right.
Yeah, I'm glad he did this for the Hawks. One of the best ever on defense for us. Yeah, but he already got paid for that. He doesn't need to get more money based off of all of this stuff. We got the Super Bowls and everything we went to. We won one of them. None of that. It's crazy to me that someone can be so dispensable to you, while at the same time being you acknowledging their worth in the past for you.
Great point.
I don't understand it. Again, if you're gonna complain about how much players get paid, when you go get your hot dog and your beer and your garlic fries, and that bill comes out to $45.
It's funny that you went to garlic fries last. You know, your beer, your hot dog, your garlic fries.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Jackson's spicing it up in LA with garlic fries.
Garlic fries cost $11. It's ridiculous.
What's the one go-to? Weigh in, anybody with the microphone. What's the one go-to you get at a stadium? I'll go first. Pizza. I'm always gonna have pizza.
I never do.
Especially at Wrigley Field. Oh man, the pizza's there. They used to have Connie's pizza. It's not deep dish though, but it's Connie's. It's so good. Anybody. They're laughing at us. All right, here's what Pete
but
Carroll,
bottom line, so complain when your bill comes out to $45 at the stadium when you worry about it, because you're paying tons of money. In NFL games, just the cheap seats are not cheap. So when you're paying for these games and you're watching this product on the field, where do you think that money's going?
Let me just stop you for a moment. You could easily get into a Chargers home game for like $12. All right? Like, you could easily do it. You're gonna pay more for gas than you are for a ticket. Here's what Pete Carroll had to say after the game when Bob Condotta of the Seattle Times questioned him about what Earl Thomas was doing to the Seahawks sideline.
I'm sure you've heard about his gesture to the sidelines on his way off.
I don't know. Somebody said something. I don't know anything about that. I don't know. It's a big stadium. You know, could be. I don't know where it was aimed at. Earl was extraordinarily poised on the field for what just occurred to be so clear.
So my favorite is, Nah, I don't know nothing about that. But to be so clear when going through a tumultuous time of an injury, you know, when you break your leg, you know, I may not have broken my leg, don't know anything about that. But let me tell you, Earl Thomas, 100% great Seattle Seahawks player, 12th man out of University of Texas, never been, but still, I totally understand where he's coming from. It's like, of course you saw it. Of course, everyone saw it. Well, the PR staff intervened as well as they should.
Yeah, if you didn't see it when it happened on the field, you've seen it since. It's a normal go-to. It's one of the biggest stories that happens in politics is too. Whenever something happens and then the press secretary has to come out and talk about it. Oh, I didn't see it. I get you didn't see it, but I just asked you about it. What do you think now?
Right. Here's the last point that we'll make about Earl Thomas. If you're risking your body, this is via the Players Tribune before all this happened. If you're risking your body to deliver all this value to an organization, then you deserve some sort of assurance that the organization will take care of you if you get hurt. It's that simple. This isn't new. This isn't complicated. It's the reason I'm holding out. I want to be able to give my everything on every play without any doubt in my mind. It's the reason why I'm asking the Seahawks to do one of two things: offer me an extension or trade me to a team that wants me to be a part of their future. I also have learned why I need to take care of this business side of things. In the NFL, no matter what you've done or accomplished, teams are constantly reminding you that you don't matter.
Absolutely. And that's why Le'Veon Bell is doing it. And the more you get upset at him, actually his case has been proven so much more thoroughly since yesterday. Because again, they were saying that Earl Thomas was not going 100% all, he said, not always going 100% at practices, maybe even skipping some, showing up late, things like that. He's like, I'm just minimizing the chances of me getting injured because football is this much of a contact sport and he's not a quarterback. So he doesn't have a bunch of pillows surrounding him.
Agreed. Well,
so I mean, obviously this happened after scoring play and he was still going hard. After the receiver catches a touchdown in the end zone, you can just stop. He continued his momentum, and that's where his leg broke hitting his helmet.
If we could bring up that first Earl Thomas picture, this is what D. Smith and the NFL players should do at the next CBA meeting with NFL owners. Thank you. If you made it to the end of this video, mazel tov. If you want to see more, hit the bell and hit subscribe. Why don't you?